Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Chief Meteorologist Brad Petovich here. We've got another winter storm heading mainly to the mountains, but if you're over in Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia, you're getting another dose of wintry weather. Here it is, as I record this, 10 a.m. on Thursday. You could see the snowfall moving through parts of Tennessee, northern Alabama, southern Kentucky, the Ohio Valley, basically. You see the cold front moving through our area. Now, the problem for the Carolinas, this would be a much bigger storm if it was moving due east. The problem is it's doing more this. It's moving straight up into West Virginia, and that's going to bring the warm air into the Piedmont of the Carolinas, and it's going to keep most of the snow north and northwest, and it's also moving very fast. That's the other thing that's really going to deter some of these, maybe possibly heavier snowfall amounts. Now, there are winter storm warnings in effect for parts of the mountains. You can see the winter storm warning that's in effect for Avery County and the Tennessee line, and then winter weather advisories for everybody else. But you can kind of see the track of the storm by just looking at the winter storm warnings and advisories. In fact, let me turn off the radar and everything here, and we'll give you a good idea. So that's kind of the track. Those are where the watches and warnings are. I should say warnings and really advisories are for winter weather as the system moves to the north and east. So let's look at the futurecast. What is it going to dump on the mountains tonight? All right, so here we go. Let's look at this hour by hour. You can see the system off to the west through the afternoon hours. We'll stop this around, I'll stop this around 2, 3. So there's likely going to be some rain initially in the lower elevations of the mountains, but you could see that there's likely going to be high elevation snows right off the bat. So if you're above 3,500 feet, I think it's probably solidly going to be all snow, at least mostly. But if you're below that, there's likely going to be a little transition from rain to snow. And I'll back this up real quickly as the data's still loading. But you can see this is going to be rain, kind of snow mix in the lower elevations, but the higher elevations certainly are going to see snow. Now, again, for the Piedmont, 4 o'clock this afternoon, this is going to be solidly just rainfall. See if we can get this to load. There's still some products loading in here as it kind of develops. But you can see the heavier snow is going to be just to the northwest, up into parts of Kentucky, and then into parts of West Virginia. We'll go through time here. See if we can get this to load. It's taking a second to load because the data is coming in slow. The government's having some data issues here. But you can see how quickly it moves in and out. So this is by 11 p.m. tonight. The moisture across the Piedmont is pretty much exiting. The heavier snow is moving up in here to Virginia, West Virginia, and Maryland. But on the back side, the mountains are still going to see some snow tonight because the flow is going to be out of the northwest. So we're going to see a nice northwest flow event develop here. So some powdery snow on the back side of the system as it continues to race off to the north and east fairly quickly. And then you can see by overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up tomorrow. It's going to be completely sunny. But I will caution you, even where it rains tonight, we're going to be in the deep freeze, teens and 20s overnight. So a really cold setup. And there's likely going to be quite a bit of black ice that develops overnight tonight into Friday morning. So we'll loop this a couple of times here just to kind of show you the evolution of that system. A couple missing frames there, but again, the government's having some missing data issues. But you get the general track of this. And if we stop this, I'll move this out of the way and we'll put up the snowfall forecast. So let's put up the snowfall forecast, and you can see this is the snowfall forecast for the heavier snow moving through parts of Tennessee, West Virginia, Kentucky. So I'll pop down a couple indicators here as we kind of probe the totals. This will give you a real good idea on the amounts here. West Virginia looks like there's a couple spots here close to 9 inches towards the Winter Place area. Bluefield about 5.5 inches. So really, really nice setup here. So let's go closer in to the North Carolina mountains, and we'll tilt this a little bit and give you some ideas. So around Boone, maybe about 2 inches. Over towards Beach and Sugar, 3 or 4 inches. Up there towards Grayson Highlands, about 4 inches. The Tennessee line will be a popular, like 1 to 4 inch amounts. So that would be the area I look. But east, you don't see a whole lot. There's just not a lot of snow that's going to be east of this. The track of this thing is generally going to be to our north and west. So we're looking for the swath of snow to be right in here. But I will caution you, the temperatures tonight and tomorrow are absolutely going to be frigid as this moves through. We'll likely see a lot of single digits and teens in the mountains with wind chills below 0. And for the Piedmont, we're looking at teens and 20s the next couple of nights. So really, really cold air for all of us, even though most of us are not going to get in on this great snow action again.